of the Halloween event. First three events, all three were wins, and I receive MVP for all three wins. And we're going to go ahead and do the replays for all three. I have the Lycan, the Halloween, and the Spectre. The Grim Graveyard is the first one we're going to do, and that was in my Halloween. So that's going to be our first replay of the three. Please enjoy the action as we are going to kind of zoom in and out a little bit while we're doing it so we can enjoy the scenery as this goes on. You know, I'm not gonna lie, this is quite terrifying. It's got great detail into these maps. They did a fantastic job with these maps. And the detail work of the Halloween event tanks. You see myself in the Halloween. Doing my typical stuff, spotting, trying to get an idea of how these tanks work and how this event works. This was my first match in the Halloween event. Just kind of taking it passive aggressively to see how the enemy tanks respond to me spotting them. This tank is absolutely broken beyond comprehension, and so is the Lycan. The Lycan is absolutely just destroys people. Try not to run into those dead tanks. They turn into enemies. Do not disturb the dead. And now it's time to push up. I thought I would do more damage shooting them in the back, but apparently the Halloween needs to shoot it in the side to do anything to this tank. And yes, you have one life. So spare it. The Gornich wasn't exactly, from what I've seen so far, has not been the most effective tank on the battlefield. This tank sets people on fire a lot. The effects are just absolutely astounding. What they did to these maps is just phenomenal. They did a beautiful job of these maps. Now you can see that fast reload. I decided to shoot a few blank rounds just to give you guys an idea how fast this thing shoots. It's pretty crazy. Man, I love it. All but one of our tanks survived. And there's that first battle with the Hallahund. MVP for the first match of the game in this event. Not a bad start. MVP on the first match. I'm actually very impressed with this new event. Now I'm just going to run all 3 replays real quick, and then I'm going to show you the stats after the replays. All tanks are capable of penetrating one another. You just have to find their weak spots, and typically if you know how to play the original tank, you'll know where to pen them. You can't treat the Kaiju any less threatening than you would a Gornich. Shoot them in the side. Now these things are absolutely broken, in my opinion. These ones here are the game changers. They are so fast. It's ridiculous. I am not used to going this fast in a World War II tank. It definitely felt much faster than what I was used to, and man, these things do take some air and they do not get damaged from it. Yes, try not to touch or shoot those zombie tanks, as I would like to call them. Do not shoot them or mess with them. They will come to life and they will take you down. They hit pretty hard. And the first tank I decided to go after was the Bellerophon. Look at that fast speed. And when he shot me and pulled me toward him, oh boy. Now I see why the Bellerophon shouldn't be taken. Look at that. Look at that. Pulled me away from the damage zones. That was terrifying. Now that I got my speed back, I got my gun back, now it's time to go and try this again. I think the Bellerophon is the one that stays alive till the very end. A Gornich trying to set things on fire. I had to release the rest of my clip on that Gornich. Now it's 1v6. Well, 6 still left. 1 down. The light tanks, I've seen what they could do, so I figured it was time to go take on the light tanks, seeing they just laid waste to our creature. The Lycan in the back chilling, and the Hallahund showed himself. That turret is ridiculous. Look at that fire rate. Look at the fire rate on this thing. You only put 1 round into me. And thanks to the hills over there, it really didn't do himself any good. There, I got the power boost back. Now it's time to go chase me down a Lycan. He did a lot of driving straight, so I figured I'd just take my time, finish him off. This tank is just a destruction. Jeez, oh Pete, this thing just does absolutely outrageous amounts of damage. decided to come back around and do something a little bit different. This thing had 1200 HP. As soon as I hit him, took 1200 off of him. That was not good for him when he pulled me in like that, thinking he was gonna, you know, kill me without taking any damage. But because he pulled me in while I was up higher, it did a lot of damage to him. I'm actually very impressed. 6,000 damage, 2 kills. MVP on match number 2. Now the third one is going to be the Spectre, the basic tank for this event. If you have not received any tanks, this tank is given to you for free for the event, so you can join in on the fun. And here it is in the Dead City, in my Spectre. And here we go. I was actually very impressed. They did Himseldorf like this. This is the Himseldorf map. I did not recognize the other two, but I believe they were Borknikov map. Borknikov map. I can't even pronounce that. It starts with the P, ends with Klov. Open map. Those are the graveyard map. So these light tanks are pretty fast. I mean, they're not super fast, 60-ish miles per hour with the boosts. Not that great. This is a maxed out commander. On all 3 of my tanks, by the way, all 3 are max commanders, and they are really hard to drive straight. Kind of remind me of the AMD a little bit. But it's just a T-37, or actually more of an A-20. Let me rephrase that. This tank's pretty much an A-20. That's pretty much all it is. I decided to give my teammate a hand. He was just laying waste to my teammate. He was not going nowhere. First tank out of here. That was really bad. I did a lot of wiggle wiggle. Had to get out of there, and there goes the other Spectre. There was 5 light tanks this battle on our side. I just happened to be one of them. Spectre is gone on their side. Slap that guy. Belephron's out due to the creature. This tank's pretty good as long as you do the wiggle waggle. And that's when that tank came to life. I didn't even notice until after the fact. That's when I got taken out, leaving the Lycan and the creature. And that's gonna take out the Lycan, leaving it a 2v1. messed up right there. The Revenant was the last one left. Now, here's an interesting thing. Actually, the Revenant, I guess, takes over these things. I don't know the whole story on that, but apparently, if you kill them, it ends the match. Which is interesting, because the Revenant takes over these tanks, which I think is pretty cool, if you ask me. I'm impressed. This is outside the box thinking here. I'm blown away. I'm heavily impressed. I am just blown away. There it is, MVP in the third match. 3 wins in a row, 3 MVPs in a row. Can't get any better than that. I'm going to treat the Spectre as a low tier tank in this event, so chances are if you do decent, you will get MVP very, very often. That wasn't even a good match. That was, like, from the looks of it, decent. I don't know what the max damage is right now. The event just started. So, I'm not even gonna lie. I'm very, very impressed with this event. So, let's go back to the Hallowhound. I'm sorry for the elongated video. There are no medals to be earned, apparently. Very low silver and XP, but a decent amount of command boost, which is pretty cool. And this is the Lycan. And here's the Spectre from the first, second, and third match. I was not very impressed overall with the play of this tank, but there were so many light tanks kind of outbalanced the gameplay for this tank, and I'm actually very confused how the Asterion only doing 5,500 damage only got 5th place. I do got 2 kills, but that don't make no sense either because the creature had 3 with 2,300, but I guess it has a high XP output, so that's the only thing that makes sense to me. But 300 for 5,500 damage, that's a lot damage for such a little amount of output. But that's okay. That's pretty much all there is to it. This is the Halloween event, and this is Riot Fox signing off.